Hi. Can I interview you for my YouTube channel?
Your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
What's your YouTube channel?
I'm a barefoot photographer, foot photographer.
Oh.
So I want to ask you about your feet, how you maintain your feet. What do you think about foot photography?
Foot photography?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that interested about that.
I know, but I just want to get your reaction because I teach other foot photographers how to approach strangers and how to cope with different people's reactions to it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's only 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, let me put my mask on.
All right, cool. Thank you. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, that's okay. Sorry, I'm like doing notes right now.
It's all good.
Okay.
All right, so what just happened just now?
You came up to me to ask me if I wanted to be interviewed for your YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. And what is it about?
Foot photography, you said?
Okay. How did you feel when I asked you that question? What was your initial reaction?
At first I was a little thrown off because I didn't know like foot photography was like I knew it was a thing, but like I didn't know why you would want to interview me for it.
Why did you say yes?
I mean, I have time, so I'm a little interested in what you're gonna ask me.
All right, cool. So what do you think about your feet? Do you think you have pretty feet?
I think I have like, I don't really think about my feet as pretty, but they're just kind of there, I guess.
Okay. Have you ever been complimented?
About my feet? No, no, I have not.
No? How often do you wear sandals or like open-toed shoes?
Pretty often. Yeah, I mean, it's November now, so I'm wearing sneakers. So.
Okay. How would you feel if a guy complimented on your feet?
I don't know, because I haven't been complimented, so I can't tell you how I would feel.
Okay. Have you ever been complimented in general?
Yes, I have.
And so how does that make you feel when someone compliments you?
If it's warranted, I appreciate it, and I'll say thanks.
Okay. What do you mean by warranted?
If it's not in like a uncomfortable way, if I feel like it's not to be like taking advantage of the situation.
Okay. Can you give me an example?
So like if someone only compliments you to get something out of you, then I wouldn't really appreciate it, but if it's a genuine compliment, I would say thank you. Okay.
So you like directness. If somebody wants something from you, you want them to be direct about it.
Yeah, I don't want them to compliment me
to butter you all up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So what if a guy was just like really into your feet? Like he said, wow, you have really pretty feet. I want to give you a foot massage. I want to kiss on them, hug on them, smell on them. How would you react to that?
I don't think I would like that.
Why?
I just think that's not something that I would be into.
Okay. So you don't like foot massages?
Yeah, but not in like a romantic type of way. Just like if it's relaxing. Like if I go get a pedicure.
If a guy wanted to massage your feet, you wouldn't be into it?
If they offered, but I wouldn't want my feet to be kissed.
You wouldn't want to be kissed? Why not?
I don't know. I just wouldn't want that.
Okay. Have you ever experienced it?
No, but I don't think I would want to.
Okay. You say you don't think you would want to. Why is that? If you've never experienced it, why would you automatically reject it?
I don't know. I just think my feet are like my feet. Like I walk, like they're not always clean. Their feet, I don't think I don't know.
What if they were clean?
If they were clean, I would have to think about it.
You have to think about it?
Yeah, I have to think about it, honestly.
What is there to think about?
What is there to think about? I don't know. I just thought...
Gotta do some introspection about whether...
Yeah, I guess. I have to be introspective about it. I guess, I don't know if I'm comfortable with it, but I don't know. Okay. I've never thought of that before.
So it's a new experience. It's something you never experienced before. So with this particular experience, somebody touching your feet, that's something you would avoid. You wouldn't embrace it.
Yeah, I mean, I would that's not something that I would. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would try to avoid that.
You would avoid it. Is it how you are with every new experience, or just this particular one?
Just this particular one. Okay. I'm pretty open. I'm pretty open-minded to things, but I do have some hesitations.
Okay. All right. The reason why I'm questioning you like this because part of my YouTube is about mental health.
Yeah.
And have you ever heard of dialectical behavioral therapy?
No, I haven't.
So if you suffer from anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
let's say you have a fear of approaching strangers, they'll tell you to actually go out there and approach strangers over and over and over and over and over again until you get rid of the anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
They'll tell you, okay, if you have a fear of talking to people, what's the worst that can happen? Okay, if there's no threat to your life or threat to your health,
Mm-hmm.
then the fear, the anxiety is unreasonable.
Okay.
Because you could be preventing yourself from experiencing a pleasant event,
Mm-hmm.
meeting somebody new, meeting a new friend. But if you're just like avoiding it, they'll tell you to avoid avoiding in order to get over those non-constructive feelings of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So I tie dialectical behavioral therapy into my work, because your reaction is a common reaction. Some women just don't want their feet to be touched, and then I'm like, well, what's the worst that can happen from it? I mean, it's a foot massage. It's a massage. It's something that's pleasant. If you don't want it, why? What's the reasonable rationale behind not wanting it? So having stated that, can you dig a little deeper to find out why that's something you wouldn't embrace, something you would avoid?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever thought about it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, feet, I wouldn't see them as something that I would want attention drawn to.
Okay. What's the worst that could happen from it?
Not that much. I mean, they could bite my toe off, but that's very extreme. So, I mean, I wouldn't, I mean, obviously you can't say no to everything.
Right.
And if I feel comfortable, then maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, in general, I feel like if it was this or something else, I would not choose my feet to be touched.
Okay. All right, can we see what your feet look like? Bare feet?
No, I'd rather keep my shoes on.
You'd rather keep shoes? Why is that?
Just because there's no need for you to see my feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, thank you. Do you have any suggestions of how I can approach better? Any modifications I should make? Any critiques?
No, not really. I do like you challenging me, asking questions that challenge me. That was good. But yeah, other than that, I think you did pretty good.
Okay. Thank you. Any parting remarks?
I guess that, wait, what did you call it? It was dialectical
Behavioral therapy.
Dialectical behavioral therapy.
Do you have a
okay.
therapist?
No, I don't have a therapist. Just that I do apply that in my life sometimes.
Okay.
To my life. I didn't know that's what it was called.
Okay.
So yeah, but that's a good reminder to do that more.
All right.
So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
Hi, excuse me.
Hi.
Hi, can I interview you for my YouTube channel?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Can I interview you for my YouTube channel?
How long would it
10
take?
minutes?
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's about your feet. I'm a barefoot photographer.
Okay.
So I want to ask you about your feet, how you maintain your feet,
Okay.
and your ideas about foot photography.
Okay, can I just do it right here?
Can we do it on those steps like
Yeah,
this?
sure.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. All right, cool. All right. So what just happened just now?
You asked me if you could interview me to talk about my feet.
Okay. And what was your initial reaction? How did you feel about it?
I was a little bit confused, but I have some time, so I just said yes.
What was the confusion?
I've never been interviewed about my feet before.
Okay. All right. So how did you feel? Can you attach that to an emotion? The confusion?
I would say a little bit startled.
Startled? Okay. Would you say anxious?
No, not necessarily.
Not anxious? Okay. What did you think of my approach?
I mean, you were nice.
Okay.
It wasn't like startling, like in a bad way or anything.
Okay. Okay. So why did you say yes to it?
Well, it's not going to take too long, so it doesn't really affect me that much.
Okay. All right. So how do you feel about your feet?
My feet?
Mm-hmm.
I feel pretty neutral about my feet.
Neutral?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you have pretty feet?
Do I have pretty feet?
Mm-hmm. Do you think you do?
I wouldn't say they're like pretty or ugly. They're just like my feet.
Oh, okay. Have you ever been complimented?
I I don't think I have specifically regarding my feet, no.
Okay. How often do you wear sandals or open-toe shoes?
Honestly, pretty often.
Pretty
because
often?
It's pretty hot, yeah.
Okay. How would you feel if a guy approached you and complimented your feet, say you have pretty feet?
If it was just out of nowhere, I would probably be a little taken aback. But if I'm like super close with the person, I would like take the compliment.
You take the compliment. So if it was like a stranger, you would. What do you mean by taken aback by it? How would you feel?
If a stranger said that to me, that would like be a red flag.
A red flag?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I feel like it's a kind of a weird thing to compliment when you don't know the person.
Okay. If it was about your hair or your eyes, or even your shoes, would it be different?
Yeah, I think it would be.
Okay. Why is it different?
I think just like what's considered socially acceptable.
Okay.
Like it's more common to be complimented from like your hair or like your clothing or your style versus like your feet.
Okay. Do you get pedicures?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
You go to nail salon?
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of women do get their nails done. They they beautify their feet a lot. So I find it interesting that if we as men compliment that, we say, oh wow, that's nice, you have really pretty feet, that would come across as being like, weird.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, especially because like complimenting someone's hands, I feel like has a different connotation than like complimenting someone's feet.
Really?
I think maybe just because like it's like so far away from like your face, maybe, that it's like a little more weird.
Okay, that's interesting.
I'm not sure. Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, all right. So let me see. Can we see what your feet look like? Bare feet?
I don't really want to take off my shoes.
You don't want
right
to take
now.
off your shoes? Oh, why not?
I just feel like it's not like socially acceptable to just like take off your shoes randomly unless you're like at the beach or like already wearing open-toed shoes.
Okay, so you feel uncomfortable about the social setting?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why you don't want to take off. That's interesting. So why do you think taking your shoes off and socks off randomly in this environment is not socially acceptable?
I think just because it's like a very open public campus and I don't know anybody here, like just like walking around, so I feel like it would draw attention in a way that's not necessary.
Okay, what's the worst that could happen?
I don't think anything would happen, honestly. I just think that it would be a little bit awkward.
Just awkward?
Yeah.
So you just don't like the awkwardness of it because it's a new experience?
Yeah, probably.
So since it's a new experience, you wouldn't embrace it, you would avoid it?
Yeah.
Why?
I think just like because it would, what I said earlier, just because it would be awkward.
Okay. The reason why I ask these questions is because my YouTube, I deal with mental health. And have you ever heard of dialectical behavioral therapy?
I haven't, no.
So if you have like a fear of something, anxiety, the way you deal with it, the way they teach it is that let's say you have a fear of approaching strangers. They'll tell you to actually go out and approach strangers. The rationale being, if there's no threat to your health or threat to your life, the fear, the anxiety is irrational.
Yeah.
Because you could be preventing yourself from experiencing something pleasant, like meeting someone new, making a new friend. So they're saying whenever you have like a feeling to avoid something, if it's not a threat to your health or a threat to your safety, then they're saying it's irrational. You should actually embrace it.
Interesting.
So you don't miss out on opportunities and things like that. So that's why I take you through these lines of thoughts. And then they also ask you, what's the worst that can happen from it?
Yeah.
And like I said, if you can't identify like a threat to your health or safety, then there's something there that should not be there that's preventing you from it. It could be a bad experience that you've had, subconscious, something in your subconscious that's preventing you from doing it. So having said that, how do you feel about showing your feet in public?
I understand where you're coming from now. I think that's really interesting. But I think it would definitely like take some mental like switching the way that I think to like actually get me to that point where I can do that. Okay.
I respect that. All right. Do you have any parting remarks, any recommendations, or any modifications I can make to my approach?
I don't think so. I think you did great.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. Any parting remarks? She doesn't want to show her feet. She has to think about that.
Yeah, sorry.
But all right then. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Take care.
You too. Have a good day.
You too. Bye. Let's see. Sit right here. All right. So what just happened just now?
What do you mean?
What just happened? Just a few seconds ago.
We're connecting.
We were connecting?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Okay, because part of my YouTube, I teach other photographers how to approach strangers, and to you know, deal with like the mental health aspect of it, of getting over anxiety, getting over fear.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's why I'm asking these questions, like what just happened, how did you feel about it? So I approached you, right?
Yes.
And what did I say?
I said, can I interview you for my YouTube channel?
Okay.
And I said yes.
Why did you say yes?
Why? Because I have one.
Because what?
I have one.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you feel? Can you attach that to an emotion, how you felt the first 3 seconds I approached you?
I didn't feel anything.
You didn't feel anything? Really? That's a first. You
Really?
felt nothing.
Nothing. No, not really.
Okay. So you were indifferent?
Mm-hmm.
I see. Okay. So how do you feel about your feet? Because I did ask about your feet.
You know, I think my feet are okay.
Okay?
They're just feet.
They're just feet. Have you ever been complimented?
No.
No?
No.
How often do you wear like open toe shoes, sandals without socks?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Why?
I don't like my feet.
You don't like your feet?
No.
You ever had a bad experience with your feet?
Yes. When I was younger, my best friend used to make fun of me for my feet.
Ah,
So,
there it is.
yeah.
There it is. That subconscious thing.
Exactly. So I wear socks and sandals.
How old were you when this happened?
Like, maybe like 12 or 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if you were wearing shoes or sandals without socks?
Okay.
A guy saw your feet and he said, "Oh wow, you have really pretty feet."
I would be in shock.
You would be in
I
shock.
would be like, what? Me?
Really?
Yeah.
How would you feel about? Okay, you say you'd be in shock, but would you embrace it? Like, would you be like, "Okay, that's something good."
Yeah.
You feel good?
Yeah.
Okay. So what if he was like, "Wow, you have really pretty feet. Like, I want to massage them, kiss on them,
Oh,
smell
that's
them."
weird.
Weird, you say?
Yeah, that's weird.
Why is that weird?
I don't know. I'm not used to someone touching my feet like that. I normally don't allow people near my feet at all. So that would be kind of weird.
Okay. Do you like to be touched?
Yeah.
You like massages?
Massages are cool.
But the feet are off?
Yeah, I know.
Because of that insecurity?
I don't know. My feet are super ticklish. So I feel like I'm going to kick someone if they attempt to touch my feet.
Okay. Would that be a new experience you're willing to embrace? Or do you just want to stay in that box of not having your feet dealt with at all?
I don't know. I'll probably stay in the box.
Why?
Comfort zone.
It's comforting.
Yeah.
All right. The reason why I ask, have you ever heard of dialectical behavioral therapy?
I have not.
So if you suffer from anxiety, depression, let's say you have a fear of approaching strangers, they'll tell you to look at the emotion, like fear, anxiety, and decide whether it's a rational fear or irrational fear. It's rational if there's a threat to your health, a threat to your safety. If none of those exist, then the fear is irrational, because what you're doing is you could be preventing yourself from experiencing a pleasant event, something new, like meeting a new friend, meeting someone. And so that fear is really not allowing you to live your best life.
Right.
Okay. So in regards to your feet, I know you had a bad experience with it, but if a guy is into your feet and wants to give you, show some tender loving care to your feet, that's something you're missing out on. That's something that could be pleasant, something you could enjoy.
You're right.
So why stay in that? Even though it's comforting to stay in that box, you might not be living the best life that you're living. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. With that said, what do you think about that?
I don't know. I'm indifferent.
You're indifferent?
A little uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable?
With that.
Why?
With the idea.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's something I've never experienced, so it's like, I'm not sure.
That's something you have to reflect upon?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we see your feet?
No.
Without the socks? No, you still want to show them?
No.
All right. I respect that. So do you have any suggestions or recommendations, modifications, critiques I can make to my approach?
No. Not at all.
Okay. Any parting remarks? All right. Well, thank you very much. That's it. What's the name of your YouTube again?
It's Serenity.
Serenity?
Just Serenity.
What is it?
It's Serenity.
Serenity.
Yes.
Okay. All right then. That's it. Thank you very much. Hello. Hi, can I interview you for my YouTube?
Sorry, what's that?
Can I interview you for my YouTube?
Oh, sure. For what?
I'm a foot photographer.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What I do is I do foot photography, bare feet photography. So my YouTube is about approaching strangers and talking to them about their feet and see how you feel about your feet. How do you maintain your feet? And how do you feel about the whole foot photography and guys who are into feet?
Okay.
So like 10 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, cool, great, appreciate it.
Do I need to do anything right now?
Well, I'm looking for some good lighting because it's kind of shady. Hold on, let me see if there's better lighting over here. Do you mind if we sit on those steps over there?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so what just happened just now?
You approached me and you said hi. I had my earphones in, so I didn't quite hear you, but you seemed friendly and approachable. So.
Okay. All right, so what are we doing? What is this about?
You said that you were gonna interview me about like your approach to me, and then you also mentioned feet.
Yeah.
So I didn't quite catch the feet all the way, but
Okay.
yeah.
How did you feel about that? What was your initial reaction? First 3 seconds.
I thought it was fine. I mean, I usually don't mind when people approach me, so I'm happy to help out in any way I can.
Awesome.
So regardless, usually I try to help people in whatever they need. Yeah.
All right. So how do you feel about your feet?
About my feet?
Yeah.
I have pretty small feet.
That's good.
I don't think my feet are the prettiest, but yeah, I guess I need to moisturize them more, but I don't. Yeah, not too many thoughts about my feet.
Okay. Have you ever been complimented?
On my feet?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. How often do you wear sandals, open-toed shoes?
Oh, very frequently.
Very frequently?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you maintain your feet?
I don't,
No?
to be honest.
Pedicures?
No, I don't, which is, yeah, something I wanted to do. I try to, sometimes I'll lotion my feet for the most part, but I don't take really good care of it.
You don't go to nail salons, get pedicures?
No, I don't. I actually don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big nail salon person.
All right.
Yeah.
How would you feel if a guy was interested in your feet? Like he says, wow, you have really pretty feet.
I'd be taken aback a little just because no one has complimented me on my feet. Yeah. But
So would you embrace it, or would you would you avoid it?
Is it a stranger, or is it just like a random person, or is it?
Could be anybody.
I think it'd be fine. I enjoy all compliments, so it's perfectly fine by me.
Okay, what if a guy was like, wow, you have really pretty feet, beautiful feet, I want to rub them, massage them, kiss on them, smell on them?
I think I would be slightly taken aback, but I know some people are really into feet, so I guess I think that's normal. I think everyone has different preferences and different body preferences. So.
Okay. So you would accept it, you would embrace it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Why is that?
I think, you should love your body, and regardless of which part it is, and so people want to compliment that, that's great. Yeah, I find it hard to think about because that's not something that's ever happened to me, so I don't know how I would approach it, but I think I'd be okay.
So can you attach it to a feeling, how you would feel to experience something like that?
I think I would just feel a little confused.
Confused?
Yeah, a little confused just because it doesn't happen.
So it's a new experience.
Yeah, I think it would be just a new experience kind of thing.
Okay, so the reaction would be just to the general new experience of it all?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Can we see what your feet look like?
They're not pretty. Are you going to take it?
Okay.
Yeah, because...
Okay, place your shoes right here.
Okay.
And put your feet on top of the shoes so the bottoms don't get dirty.
Wait, what? Oh,
put your feet on, put your feet on top of your shoes. Okay. Let's get the sun. Put them together like that.
Oh, okay.
You have pretty feet. I'll be the first person to compliment you.
Which is funny because, my feet are not the best.
You know what? I think you should eliminate that from your mind.
Oh, thank you.
Because I think they're cute. They have good symmetry.
Oh,
they got that arc. Lift your foot up. Can I touch your feet?
Sure.
Okay, so this. Let's get that turned out. You ticklish?
No, not too much.
So that, you have a perfect arc. Your soles are soft.
Okay.
Relax them. And you have a pretty good arch. Let me hold this one up. Yeah. And I like them that they're natural.
Yeah, no, I don't do anything.
I'm mostly into natural toes. Like I'm not a really big fan of the toenail art, you know, the paint. So bend your toes down like you're making a fist. There you go. Really pretty.
Oh, thanks.
Really pretty. Move them up and back and forth.
Move my feet?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, very nice. Let's get the other one.
Okay.
So, how do you feel right now? What's your thoughts on this?
I think it's very funny just because I've always been insecure, slightly insecure about my feet.
Okay, now your feet are going to be on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, really pretty feet.
Oh, thanks.
You should definitely feel better about them.
Oh, thank you.
Bend them down.
Bend them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Toes up. Right. Can I smell your feet?
No.
No? Why not?
I'm a little insecure about smell.
Why? Why is that?
Just because I usually I like run a lot, and so they don't smell the best.
Okay, but I'm smelling them, not you.
I know, but I feel insecure about it.
Why do you feel insecure about that?
I mean, I always, because, you know, I played a lot of sports growing up, so that's also, like, why I'm insecure about my feet, is because, like, I have, like, a slight, like, tailor's bunion, so, like, it always used to bother me while
what?
running.
What is it called?
It's like a tailor's bunion. It's, like, the side, so it kind of, so I was, you know, talking to doctors if I need to get, like, surgery on it, but,
okay.
Yeah, so.
Does that cause you foot pain?
Yeah, it does sometimes.
That's from running?
Huh?
You said that's from running?
Yeah, no, it's just like I think in our family we all sometimes, like my mom and I, we both have like that extra, like our bone kind of pops out a little, so yeah, like just playing sports, it would always irritate it.
Okay.
And then
I didn't ask you, do you like foot massages?
not really.
So you don't like your feet being touched?
Not really, no.
Why not?
I don't like massages in general.
Really?
So.
You don't like to be touched?
Not really, no, yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm not really sure why. I just don't really like massages.
I mean, massages are intended to be pleasant, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I mean, it's a pleasant experience. Why would you reject that?
I got a Thai massage before, and it was really painful.
Well, Thai massage,
So
they really dig.
okay.
Any parting remarks?
No.
All right. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Appreciate it.